Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition. In the last episode, we made it back to Aria's bunker. We have an alliance with Nyreen and the Talons, which, you know, Aria gained through some rather scummy manipulations. It's not surprising. You know, Aria is a mob boss. She is gonna be willing to do a lot of scummy shit. It's not surprising, just... I'd say it's disappointing. The thing that Naomi really admired about Aria is that she seemed to give a shit about the little people. And now here she is, using them as pawns in a war, and it's not surprising. It makes total sense for Aria's character, but it's disappointing. It's disappointing. Now, I presume I gave you back the inverters. You wanted a couch, I remember that.
Alright, I think I figured out where you are. Oh no. Ruck, you need to head back. Now. You're right in the middle of a Cerberus controlled area. Ruck, answer me, please. Come on. Ruck. Love. Please answer me. Ruck.
Oh, I mean, they might get free. They might get free. Come on, Rock. You share a name with a character from Dragon Age Origins. You can do it. You can do it, buddy.
Ready to go.
Okay, that's good as.
I've blocked enemy access to critical areas. The frontal assault should be less treacherous.
Wonderful. Excellent. Lovely jubbly.
They're in for a surprise, alright.
Oh, 100%. 100%. We are not gonna let Cerberus kill us in here like rats. Hell no.
Aria wants to talk to you first, Commander.
Okay, just checking. And any more conversation here? Oh no, that can't be it. That can't be the end of the story. I want to know what happened to Rook. I mean, I guess Rook died. I guess Rook got killed, but oh, damn. Damn.
Talk to me, Az.
I've located the source that's powering the Cerberus force fields.
Yes, I see. Shepard, take a look at this. The General is siphoning power from one of my main reactors deep in the bowels of Omega's mines.
Unfortunately, access is cut off by the force fields themselves.
Not completely. There's an open route through that dark area, then up.
The processing plant for one of the mines. It's been powered down. No force fields blocking it.
We infiltrate there, find our way through the mine, then take that elevator to the reactor's back door.
Good eyes, Shepard. Let's go.
Not without me.
Aria, my patrol caught her in the perimeter.
Please. You didn't catch me. We're allies now. Didn't Aria tell you?
Nyreen was expected, Bray. Return to your station.
The Talons are ready, but if I'm sending my people into the breach, I want to make sure those force fields come down for good. So like it or not, you're stuck with me.
It's almost as if you don't trust me.
It's exactly as if I don't trust you.
Oh, hello. That was a sudden turn. Okay. No, trust isn't secondary. We're going to be fighting together. We need to trust each other. If you won't trust Aria, then trust me.
We're going to war together. I'll make sure we can rely on each other.
Agreed, Commander. Glad one of you isn't on a power trip.
Go wait by the med bay, Nyreen. We'll join you shortly. Shepard, I have last-minute orders to dole out. I'll meet you there, too.
Okay, but first, do you have anything extra to talk about?
I can almost taste it, Shepard. Once we stop the leaching of the reactor, my path to the General will be clear.
Well, aside from the thousands of troops standing between him and us.
Details. We don't have time to waste. Is there something you want to talk about?
Why, yes. Yes, there is.
What happens when we bring the force fields down?
The people revolt, chaos ensues, and we lead the Talons and my forces on a wanton path right through the General's command center and afterlife.
A bloodbath.
It's true. When the force fields come down, all hell breaks loose. But as far as I'm concerned, all the blood's on Petrovsky's hands.
Oh, this is... This is interesting. This is very interesting from a role-playing standpoint. I've said before, I'm pretty sure in Bill's personal quest in Mass Effect 2. You'll remember Bill. Good old Bill Masani, our companion. You remember him. Everyone remembers Bill. In his personal quest, the choice was, do you... Give me a minute. It was factory workers, that was it. Do you sacrifice these factory workers to ensure that Bill can... I am going to keep calling him Bill. His name is no longer Zaid. He is only Bill. Bill wanted to go after Santiago, and the factory was coming down. So the choice was, do you sacrifice the workers and ensure that Bill can get his revenge? Or do you say, no, we're saving the workers and Bill can't go after Santiago? I think I said at the time, if the option was factory workers versus the elusive man, I think Naomi would have left those factory workers die. I absolutely think she would have prioritized, I need to get my revenge on the elusive man. Naomi's fatal flaw is that her hatred for Cerberus blinds her. It blinds her to everything. To empathy, to nuance. If someone is saying, I'm with Cerberus, all Naomi hears is, I'm a terrorist scumbag who enjoys murdering civilians and torturing them for years at a time. Like, she doesn't hear, oh, life was really hard after you left, Shepard. You know, the Alliance grounded me and I couldn't fly and I felt like I was wasting my career, and, you know, the only people who were sympathetic towards me were Cerberus, and I just felt like I had nothing else. I had nothing left to lose, so I joined this organization against my better judgment. Admittedly, Joker didn't put it like that. Joker was far more jokey, which was really rather aggravating. But if Joker had put it like that, Naomi wouldn't have heard that. All Naomi would have heard would be like, hey, it's me, Joker. I like murdering people. Thumbs up. Hashtag let's kill some civilians. Like, that's all Naomi heard. Her hatred blinds her. It has consistently been her fatal flaw. So this is an interesting situation because Naomi is looking at a reflection of herself. If Naomi were in Aria's shoes, and, you know, we're dealing with the elusive man, I think there is a very good chance that Naomi would be like, oh yeah, fuck the civilians. They'll ensure that I get to the elusive man. And whilst this is, you know, Oleg Petrovsky, he's one of the elusive man's top agents. So Naomi is very, you know, she's very keen to kill him. And I think on some level, she's, I don't know. It was one thing when it was the Talons, who at the very least have military training. Well, not military training, but they know how to handle themselves in a fight. It's one thing when we're using them. It's another when we're outright using civilians. And Naomi's kind of complicit in this. I think this whole situation makes Naomi feel uncomfortable, because if it were the elusive man, Naomi would be using the exact same line of logic as Aria. The elusive man is forcing my hand. The blood of these civilians is on him. It's his responsibility. But it's not. It's Oleg. And while she wants to kill him, there's a degree of separation there. And so she's looking at Aria going like, this would be me. This would be me. And I think that makes Naomi very uncomfortable. It makes her very uncomfortable. Like I said, this is interesting from a role-playing standpoint. This is very interesting.
Do you think Nyrene's over whatever happened between you?
It was a long time ago. But Nyrene's the type that doesn't forget. I run roughshod over most people, and if the tracks I leave aren't deadly, they're at least permanent. As different as we are, I don't wish her ill. So long as she doesn't get in my way.
Is your hatred for the General getting the best of you?
I'd say it's bringing out the best in me. The man has turned Omega into a prison and a launch pad for Cerberus campaigns. You should hate him too. I, for one, can't wait to finally get my hands on him.
Oh, that was perfect. That was absolutely perfect.
I won't bother you with more questions.
All right, when you're ready, I'll meet you and Nyrene at the exit by the med bay.
I have the biggest smile on my face right now. I have the biggest grin. I'm... Right now, I think I feel conflicted. I feel conflicted, which is what I think Naomi is feeling. Because this is one of the elusive man's topmost agents. Naomi wants him dead. She absolutely wants him dead. But we are using people like Neff's mum. That's Naomi's point of contact for the citizens of Omega. Some of them are like a scrap, yeah, but not all of them. I think the majority are just regular-ass people who can only afford to live here. They can't live on, you know, a nicer planet with higher mortgage rates and all that gubbins. People like Neff's mum are not going to be good in a scrap. They're going to die. So this is creating quite an interesting dynamic in Naomi's head where she's like, hey, we need to do whatever we can. We need to do anything to get to Oleg. Aria's using civilians as meat shields. Oh, that's... I don't know, but if I were in her place and it was the elusive man, then can I say I wouldn't do the same? I can't. This is... This... Oh.
Shelby,
Hello.
got a second?
Absolutely.
I know time is short, but I was hoping we could talk. Alone.
Yeah, of course.
Aria will be joining us soon. Now may be our only chance.
I'm not trying to undermine Aria. I know she has to be ruthless. Let her have revenge. I'm not doing this for me, and I'm not doing it for Aria or what we once had.
It's for the people of Omega. I get it.
Someone has to be their voice in all this. Incredibly powerful forces are about to do battle, with them caught in the middle. I just hope, as we bring down those force fields and go to war, that you can keep the people in mind.
Oh my god, this really is like the devil and the angel on Naomi's shoulder. We have Aria who's like, yeah, let's fuck up Cerberus. Let's fuck up Cerberus. Let's use anything we can. Civilians will use them. Like in the example of you know, Bill's personal quest from Mass Effect 2, the option was, do you save the factory workers or do you go after Santiago? It wasn't, do you use the factory workers against Santiago? even then, it would be a case of Naomi going like, oh shit, there are civilians in danger and I can save them, or I can go after the elusive man. Well, I'm going after the elusive man. I'm going to let them die. Not, I'm going to use them as meat shields. This is making Naomi question, what would I do? What would I do to get revenge against the elusive man? How far would I go? And it's making her uncomfortable. Like, in her day-to-day life, Naomi is very much against using civilians. They're civilians. We're supposed to be the ones protecting them, not using them. But this is Cerberus, and Naomi is willing to do anything to get Cerberus. I'm loving this. I'm loving this DLC for role-playing purposes. Ooh. Oh, I want to know everything. Everything. I'm going to save you till last, because I think this is going to be the most interesting.
What's your impression of Petrovsky?
An adversary worthy of respect. And not just because he's shrewd. When I was starting to organize the Talons, he offered amnesty to anyone who set down their weapon. A few of my people surrendered, and he made good on his word.
So he has a code.
And, as near as I can tell, it doesn't exactly match the elusive man's.
Are your people ready for the fight?
You needn't worry about the Talons, Shepard. They were thieves and scoundrels once, but they serve with integrity now. We're fighting for a better world. I have to wonder if the same can be said for our Asari friend. I suppose we'll know soon enough.
You're a veteran. Why are you so disturbed by these adjutants?
I know fighting Reapers is old hat to you, Commander. But these... what they do to people? They could still be out there. And if they return, I don't want to even think about what would happen to Omega's people. The image of that drives me... and haunts me.
Fair. Fair. As she said, Reaper tech is old hat to us. We've been seeing the fucked up shit that Reapers can do for a while. We're going to be somewhat desensitized to it. This is fresh for her. This is new.
What do you know about the Cerberus force fields?
The technology comes from beyond the Omega-4 relay. Flesh disintegrates upon contact. The power required must be enormous. I fear that disrupting it could destabilize other systems on the station. I hope we'll proceed with care and certainty.
We'll try to. We'll try to. And yes, tell me about Aria.
How did you get mixed up with Aria?
I was happy in the Turian military, but when my biotic abilities started to manifest, my superiors saw fit to reallocate me. They practically locked me away. I couldn't use my skills to benefit my people, so I quit. I floated around the galaxy, looking for a new purpose.
And you found your way here?
More like I lost my way here. But then there was this beautiful, fierce creature who didn't let anyone define her. I'll admit, I was mesmerized. I wanted a little bit of that to rub off on me.
So her biotic abilities must have manifested when she was an adult. I was under the impression that it was kind of like this thing from childhood. Then again, we've only really heard about how biotics manifest in humans. We haven't heard about how they manifest in Turians. Maybe it happens for them when they're adults.
How close were you two?
The draw was undeniable. Her strengths mirrored my insecurities. Maybe deep down it was the same for her. But trying to be with her turned into trying to be her. Irene Kandros was vanishing.
Oh, if you go into a relationship looking for someone who completes you, that relationship is doomed to fail. That's just my opinion, of course, but here's the thing. You yourself are a whole person. You're not missing anything. And if you feel like you are, the only person who can give you those missing pieces is yourself. You are never going to find that in another person. The only thing that is going to accomplish is you becoming that other person, which means that you're still missing your pieces. or you're going to force the other person to kind of take care of you. You're going to twist them into like, you need to be responsible for my happiness, because that's why I'm with you. I think you will fill in my missing pieces. You will bring me that joy. Therefore, you need to make me happy. You need to ensure that I am happy and fine. And that is not a fun relationship to be in, let me tell you. It is not fun having to be responsible for someone else's happiness all the goddamn time. Oh, I can laugh about it now. Yeah, that's a toxic relationship. That is not an emotionally healthy relationship, and it is good that you got out of there.
You seem like your own person to me.
For all the drama between us, I'm grateful to Aria. She helped me remember who I am. It took a lot to break away from her, but I regret nothing.
Appreciate it, Nyreen. We're heading out soon.
I'll be ready.
Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with this. And we have 9 points. Ooh. Again, I feel like frag grenades, they're better on targets that just kind of stand in one place. I think the disruptor ammo will be more useful. Ooh, increase ammo capacity. Headshot damage. I like the ammo capacity. Yeah, let's go for that. More shots is always useful. And yeah, I didn't go all the way into Lash because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't particularly like either of these. So let's upgrade Flare. Recharge speed or wait a minute, of combo detonations. I don't really do that. Okay, yeah, we'll go for that. And Nyreen, you have 4. I'll save that. I'll save that so we can get some more Incinerate.
We're arriving at one of the ESO processing plants. It's been powered down, so we'll have to pry open the door.
I'll get it.
Access to the mine should be on the far side.
And the reactor is beyond that?
According to the schematics. I ran Omega, Nyreen. I didn't work the mines myself.
No. You had indentured servants for that. Spirits.
Relax. They're all Cerberus.
They've been ripped to shreds.
I don't like this.
Nyreen, why did you say that, Nyreen? I don't like this is up there with like, oh, I think we're safe now. I think they've all gone. No, they haven't. And so we enter the horror movie portion of this DLC. No. No, I don't do well with horror. That's why I don't play horror. Although I say that, there's been a horror game that has kind of come on my radar recently. Still Wakes the Deep. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm hearing some. At first I thought, like, is that someone stepping on metal? No, that sounds like electricity. Hello. Ooh. Someone's fucked this up so badly that it can't be repaired. I'm waiting for the whispering to start. I'm waiting for the... Okay, that's a murder corridor. That's a murder corridor right there. I don't do murder corridors. No, thank you. Pardon me, Aria. Oh. We can't go up there. Why
More
do...
dead.
It's a bloodbath. I got a bad feeling. We shouldn't be...
Quiet. What's that sound?
I fucking saw that. I don't know.
An adjutant.
Oh no. The General must have locked this place down to keep it inside.
I don't like this. I don't like the fact that it's jumping around in the ceiling. I don't want to go down the murder corridor. You know what? I'm gonna leave off right here. I've only got about 4 minutes left on my timer. Let's read some codex entries. That'll be nice and safe. That'll be lovely. One second. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've already read this, maybe? It's just, it came up down there like, you know, new codex entry. Aria, Omega. You know what, I'll read this just in case. Yeah, I mustn't have read this. I mustn't have read this one, because we've got 3. Aria T'Loak. A powerful biotic, Aria T'Loak has been the sole ruler of Omega for some time. Rumoured to be at least 1,000 years old, she is as skilled at combat and the use of her biotic abilities as she is at manipulation and power games. Ruthless, highly intelligent, and dedicated to maintaining her rule over Omega, Aria is a force to be reckoned with. Though recent events have seen Cerberus take over Omega and send Aria into exile, there is no doubt that Aria will do everything within her power to reclaim what is hers. Nyreen Kandros. Born to a family with a long and honoured tradition of military service, Nyreen Kandros left the Turian military after the emergence of her biotic abilities. Oft suspicious of biotics, the Turians shipped Nyreen off to the Cabal units, where her abilities and experience were grossly underutilized. After several years as a mercenary, Kandros was drawn to Omega by its reputation as a haven for capable freelancers. Nyreen's early years on Omega were a pivotal time for her. Aria T'Loak took an interest in Kandros, helping her hone her biotic talents while developing her military experience and skills to their full potential. Aria also allowed Nyreen the time she needed to reconcile with her new way of life and her unexpected and initially unwanted abilities. The two eventually parted ways due to irreconcilable differences, but Nyreen Kandros remained on Omega. Upon Aria's return to the station after the Cerberus invasion, Nyreen revealed herself as the leader of the Talons. Reformed under her leadership, the Talons are Omega's newfound symbol of resistance against the Cerberus occupation. And Turian Cabals. The Cabals are an elite biotic Turian unit whose dictum is, "The intangible is unstoppable." As Turian biotics are relatively rare, with biotic abilities manifesting in only a small percentage of Element Zero exposed Turians, Cabals tend to be small and only comprised of 10 to 15 individuals led by a commanding officer called a Caballum. A Turian Cabal is often deployed covertly as shock troops or saboteurs, and they're sent on long reconnaissance missions for the hierarchy. In addition to advanced biotic training, all Cabal soldiers are highly skilled in small arms, explosives, infiltration tactics, and piloting. Centuries ago, during the Unification Wars, military Black Ops would recruit Turian biotics as infiltrators, planting them anonymously in the regular infantry as observers, or using them as assassins. This historical practice has left a cultural bias against biotic soldiers among the Turian rank and file. As a result, the Taurian hierarchy prefers to keep its cabals isolated from other branches of the military, citing safety and unit cohesion concerns. Even Taurians whose biotic abilities are not combat proficient are segregated. Oh, the abilities are not combat proficient. Okay, I get what they're saying. Whose biotic abilities are not combat proficient are segregated into cabals, often forcing them to cut short their promising careers in order to serve as a medic or maintenance officer. However, cabal soldiers are professionals. Those who do not adapt are quickly weeded out, resulting in strongly unified teams of experienced, deadly biotic warriors who see their isolation as a necessary sacrifice to protect the hierarchy. The war with the Reapers means that the Taurian hierarchy no longer has the luxury of keeping such powerful assets in reserve. Many cabals have been recalled to Palaven, while the most experienced have been dispatched to the front lines for surgical strikes on Reaper strongholds, or to provide support for regular infantry. Lovely. Okie doke, in the next episode we deal with the murder corridor and whoever is running about in the fucking vents. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista, thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.